Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to another This is a Starcraft English commentary. We'll continue with the Laddernet series where I check out the legs of the runners before they run the official race, ASL Season 21. The previous game in the series, we watched Sharp versus Paralyze. One strong player, one weak player, and this time around we're going to be doing the same thing. We will have Effort versus Ample. Of course, Effort is the favorite to win here, but Ample in the past has been doing a lot of good games, so we shall see how these guys can perform. In the map is going to be Metropolis. I put the wrong map photo in the beginning. I apologize, but this is what Metropolis looks like. 4-player map with the 2 players spawning in the top side of the map. Effort is going to be located at the top left in the blue color, and Ample is going to be located at the top right in the orange color. From Effort side, I do have the hotkeys. So number 1 is on the drone, number 2 is on another drone. Interesting, 2 different drones. Number 3 is on an overlord. Overlord is on number 4. 5 is a hatchery, and the rest have not yet been assigned. We're going to be seeing an expansion-ish looking. Of course, this could also be a little bit aggressive build as well, where Ample would put a supply depot here, and he can actually go and send some marines towards enemy's base. From Effort's perspective, he's going to be going for 12 hatcheries, so he will face a very early aggressive build here from Ample. But Ample will need to actually, scout this. Sometimes around this time we see a second SV, and there it is. The second SV is going to be scouting, and I think going towards the top left is the right idea. Or maybe the bottom right. Yeah, I think he's going to be going for the bottom right because this is, very much aligned with my theory of elimination of early potential of differences in intel early on. So what it means is that if you're a Terran player and you're located here, and if the Zerg player is located here at the bottom right, the Zerg player will always scout you first because they will always scout towards your expansion. So if you don't want to have any potential differences in intel early on, you want to move your first SCV towards the bottom right so that if he finds you, you find him. And that is the sure way to kind of guarantee that you both have the same information, and there's going to be no strata of probabilities there. And the strong players often utilize this aspect to kind of drag the game on to the late game, or maybe to the mid game, where their abilities would actually shine and win, and not just due to pure luck. But anyhow, we shall see what's happening here. Looks like Ample has given up on the idea of trying to attack, or maybe he doesn't know where the enemy is, so he could not attack anyways. So Ample is going to expand. It says you can see the expansion is a bit delayed actually, and this is going to be very much what Effort likes to see. Effort's going to be backing up and making a few Zerlings here. Of course, there's the SCV, but he will take a few hits there by the SCV. And with that in mind, maybe I'm just going to quickly show you some relevant information. So first of all, in the world of StarCraft this week, right after the KCM finals, here are the best players in StarCraft. Soma is number 1, JD is number 2. We have Royal, who is also a very strong Terran player that sometimes doesn't play, and Royal will be another player I will be covering soon. We have Sharp, who we've seen in a previous game. We don't have Ample, and we don't have we don't have Paralyze in this list here, which by the way leads me to show you what is it exactly I'm going to be showing you. The player card. This, I think everyone is interested to know the player card, so let's just quickly check Effort's player card first. So this is Effort's player card. Kim Jong-woo is his name. And he used to play for CJ Entus. Now he plays for Newcastle University. He's got a huge number of followers on Soup Star League, or Soup Star. What is it called? Soup TV. His YouTube channel was terminated while he was away because he had a problem with his wife. But when he came back, the channel was terminated, so he had to restart a new channel. This is why it's only got 1,200 subscribers. Kind of unfortunate. Maybe he's got some copyright on it or something. And his earnings last year were kind of mediocre, actually $50,000, but this year was all right, $92,000. And how does it stack with the earnings of just other people in general? And you can see right there the earnings of Effort is just allowing him to break into the top 10 of 2025 top earners at $92,000. That's a lot of money. But you know, to be fair, living in Korea, which is a developed nation, $92,000 earning per year, and you are a 40-year-old, it's kind of, you know, lame, right? And that is before taxes, by the way. This is not after taxes. So, you know, I could earn $92,000 living in Vietnam. I'm just kidding. No, I don't earn. I earn peanuts. I earn nothing. Anyways, looks like one of the drone is gonna cancel himself, and we shall see what is the next move from both of these players. This is going to be Amper's perspective. Did I tell you that this game is guaranteed to be epic? This game is insane. No, that's not the right spelling. INSANE, insane. This game is great. But you have to discover that for yourself. There are going to be some mutualist morphing there. How many mutuals are we seeing? First, we're going to be having 7, and +1 weapons attack for air is underway as well. From Ampo's side, he's going to try to cover up some turret line here. Very lucky, he's going to have to just put turrets in 2 locations first. This choke and the main, and the expansion. He won't need to worry about this section, for example, because the mutuals don't usually go around there. Not in the first pass anyways. It might come back later, but by then I think Ampo would have plenty of time to actually, you know, set up additional turrets. And there's going to be an expansion. This is a third, not the 4th base coming up there. Mutual is not finding any openings out of these. These turrets are very nicely placed. And of course, Ampo should, you know, repair them so that they can actually, you know, be used in another engagements later. But for the time being, an expansion coming down, we have 7 mutuals, and actually Ampo is not losing any forces at all. Another turret, if that turret completes, then it's going to be a 4 turret group, and that's very, very strong. We have a counter attack on the side of the map. One of the Overlord is going to get sniped, and we can see that effort has been supply block. But yeah, for the time being, I think effort is still doing okay. Just need to make sure that the enemy could not cross the area. And actually, effort is investing a lot in mutas technology. You can see he's making more mutas, and he's got more here. He's got easily something like 20 mutas right now. And as for Ampo, just gonna be sitting at home and waiting patiently and making sure that he doesn't die to mutas surround or something like that, which sometimes we do see. But let's check the hotkeys. So the first hotkey is 11 mutas. The second hotkey are 2 Zerlings. The third hotkey is a Hydrodent. Okay, very, very nice scan there, as you can see, by Ampo to discover this base. Fourth hotkey is an Overlord. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are not yet assigned. Mutas once again looking for the openings. This single turret on this ramp need to get beefed up a little bit here. I think it's a little bit too lonely. We have Marines moving towards the bottom left to snipe this base, but that's going to open up the door here for Effort to come in and attack. Effort is one of those players, if I remember correctly in the past, he used to play just 2 base versus Terran, and he still wins because he's able to go for some sick, you know, military combinations or something like that. And Zerlings are gonna have to save this base as much as possible. We have a single drone stimming coming up here. Marines, we need to actually snipe the Zerlings. Good attack. The mutas will be diving in here. Do we have enough mutas to stop the Marine forces? I guess there is enough Zerlings to support as well, so this base will live. The mutas are still very much alive. We have like so many mutas. We have something like 15 to 20 mutas, and this base has been saved, and that was a major blow to Ampo's ability or maybe desire to win the game very, very early on here. Additional Marines are coming up across the map. We have +1 weapons done on the Marines. The mutas have +1 weapons as well. The Zerlings possibly don't have anything. This base will complete, and there's going to be some sunken on Metropolis. You are forced to make you know, some sunkens here. Kind of very unfortunate, but I think that is a standard procedure from the Zerg perspective. But anyways, 9-minute mark for the game. Effort 65 supply, Ampo 75, about 10 different show. There's going to be a hive at about 90% completed, and that is efficient chamber about to complete as well. So Effort is still doing okay. He's not like super behind or anything like that. His new base is going to be very much healthy. We have a single sunken, but there's got to be having some lurkers. I always wonder, what is the purpose of making a sunken here instead of just rushing to Hydrogen and trying to make some lurkers? Because normally you want to time your lurker production so that by the time the hatchery completes, you have eggs blocking the ramp, right? But in this particular instance, we are seeing that Effort was just blindly going for hatchery before he has any kind of defenses, and that allow Ampo to discover that base and come across and just, oh my god, one mutual is getting sniped a little bit careless. from effort, but his 10 mutas. Flock, we're trying to engage somewhere here for this opening. We don't have, I really think we need to have like 2 more turrets here, because those creatures can dive in again and they can pick up random stuff like marines. But for the time being, looks like there are gonna be some stop. Look, this is a genius move. I don't know if at some point in the future they will be deployed or not, but if you look at the direction of these, look, they are in one line. And usually when you press attack against the enemy, and you're coming from around this area, you will surely walk over the lurker line, and it's a single file there, and a single sweep from the lurkers, and you would all die. Every single unit would be in that group would be like exterminated. But anyhow, almost 70 mark for the game here, and Terran has got 107 supply. No chances for Ampo to expand. If he's about to expand during this time, he will be in a much better position. But he's not going to be expanding. He's going to be going up to double starport and going for all science vessels. This is very classical and very standard kind of procedure. We have a science vessel here to spot one lurker down. The mutas are trying to drive the fire of the marines towards them, but all of the lurkers are going to be finished. I think there's going to be a last minute scan. Good snipe of the science vessels, but losing 4 lurkers is also not a very good trade there for effort. It's going to be backing up. Looking inside of effort's main base, there's a defiler mount. And we have the first defilers of the game. I'm not so sure if he actually started, I don't think he started consume yet. He just have a defiler. But I don't think he has consumed, because maybe he has. Wait, I was not paying attention to the production tab, guys. Excuse me. You can let me know if he actually has started consume, and now he's gonna start to have. Okay, he's gonna be going for play. So I think consume is done. Okay, consume is definitely done. Consume was done, okay. Note to self, consume is done around 11-minute mark of the game. Maybe. Anyways, Ambo is having difficulty trying to expand. These stop lurkers could not be of help there, but that defiler will be buying so much time. And I think effort is leading. For sure now he's leading, because he's able to put up a very quick 4th base before the Terran has even started his 3rd. Usually, if Terran is on a good day, he will have 4 bases before Zerg gets to the fourth base. But here Terran is about to get to the 3rd base, and Zerg has already started 4 bases. These mutas are looking for the drop. Metropolis is a very drop-prone map. And are we seeing dropship? We are seeing double dropship. There's a little bit of a delayed dropship production coming from Ampo. Mutas are looking forward to snipe. Great irradiate just to slow down those mutas and soften up a little bit. But those mutas can actually go and attack here. We have 5 marines waiting patiently. Alright, looks like Effort's gonna get pushed back. He would try to snipe the SCV, but good coverage from the part of the marines. Let's take a look at Ampo's ability to push this area here. There are 2 lurkers waiting, and there's some defilers. Okay, there are some defilers on those areas. That's what we see. I think Ampo is just waiting for the right moment to come in. He's got +1 offense and +1 armor. He's gonna have +2 soon. But all of these pluses don't mean anything against Darkstorm. They have zero value. Alright, we do have an expansion here at the 12 o'clock position. That is going to be triple dropship, and of course we need to see a lot of care and attention here from Ampo's perspective. He can actually get some nice shot, because we don't see any lurkers here. It's because we don't have any scourges. 0 scourges. And these mutas once again are looking for any kind of signs of drop, but it's not coming. There's a dropship loading up a lot of stuff here. Okay, it's gonna be dropping there, which is not bad. But this is gonna be very devastating, because we don't have any scourges in the area. It's gonna be a huge drop, and let's see if Effort actually see it. He is not there to see this area, but he's able to see that this command center has been slowed down. Alright, look at this, man. What is Ampo doing? He's gonna send everything here by drop. I think you have a double drop attack here. He would drop. Okay, what's happening? It looks like the defiler was being attacked for some reason. But one of the scientists is gonna snipe. There's gonna be a drop against this other side of the map, because this double drop is gonna be doing some sick damage. The defiler is not here to support. All of a sudden, Ampo is looking very good. He's so well positioned here. Marines attacking him, but Darkstorm's gonna be the support, and we've had Lurker there to support. But this is a crazy attack. The defiler has been sniped. All of these buildings will fall. We have an efficient chamber that is finishing upgrading, and the Nidus Canal has been sniped. Inside of this base, there was scanned. And so that base is gone. This area has been saved. But look at the main base. When the defiler mount will fall, Lurkers need to unlift and go on the high ground as soon as possible. The defiler is going to get sniped. The defiler is gone. What's next? Lurkers trying to go to the next area here. If that efficient chamber falls, it's going to be terrible because the upgrade is about to complete. All of the Zerglings have died, as well as the lurker is trying to snipe the efficient chamber. He will move towards that area, go for the efficient chamber. Efficient chamber is going to get sniped now, and that will slow down the upgrades for Zerg considerably. Huge blow, and our lurkers are still on +1 capacity. Marines are still coming across the map trying to snipe some of their forces here, and that lurker is going to be doing some 60 damage, and that drop was insane. But Zerg has 4 bases. What about Terran? Terran's got 1 base here, not yet saturated. All of these bases don't have any saturation, and we're going to be having lurkers are waiting. We're going to be having a replacement Nines canal here. SC is going to get transferred. So that was a good effort by Ampo, but his macro at home was not up to par. And his new bases are not just saturated, but now they're going to be saturated. So that's going to be something here. But anyways, I think, the dart drop was insanely effective. 2 efficient chamber destroyed. 1 defiler gone. Defiler mount destroyed. And this efficient chamber is going to get recreated on the southern part of the game, of the map, which is fine. I think Ampo can expand again. He's controlling the map so well. He's got armies that we need to expand or switch back into, I don't know, mech. Mech would of course be the right idea here. Good irradiate on a defiler, and he's gonna snipe everything else, and that defiler will snipe to cast anything else. Look at this map. We have some stack lurkers, but we need to have defiler to support. Of course, we have a Nidus canal. Defiler is here. Lurkers are gonna be quickly deployed. We have a couple of bunkers setting up here, and I really liked Ampo's position and actually mine this base, because this base eventually, if the game drags on, this base will be assaulted by Zerg a lot. So the fact that he was able to mine it very early on is going to be a good sign here. A few more lurkers going to get irradiated. I don't really like the fact that Ampo doesn't, Effort doesn't have any scourges on this southern hemisphere. He's got scourges like, he used to have them around here. They don't have them anymore, but he used to have them. And anyways, looks like Terran is trying to expand towards the bottom right. This is the right idea. This base is not being assaulted at all. A single Marine holds the entire area. If Effort knows about it, he can actually just send like 5 Zerglings and 1 defiler, and that area will be gone. But he doesn't send it. He's trying to focus on trying to defend this area. And those Marines, even though they're very much plagued, they're still much alive. There could be another drop somewhere that we're going to be having 3 Muches waiting patiently here. And there's going to be a dive in. This hatchery will fall. We can actually attack right here before that defiler can cast anything on the high ground. It's going to be great. This is a great drop execution. The defiler, there are 2 defilers in the area. We have a firebat. The firebat goes for the attack here, going for the defiler. Great defiler snipe, but good play. So I think these Marines are all dead. That was a failed drop. There could be more drop. This dropship has been plagued, so any hit from the Muches, they will be gone. But we don't have any Muches. These Muches have been forgotten about, and yeah, the dropship will have to leave now. I think just send a dropship home. Okay, he's gonna load them again. I find this decision questionable because a single hit and everything will be destroyed. But I guess Ampo's got a different idea. He's doing it because behind this, he's got another new base coming up at the bottom right on the screen. So his economy is doing quite good here. The dropship needs to leave. This dropship has been forgotten about. He will unload a few more units here, but that Dark Storm is going to save the day here very nicely. Great defiler getting irradiated, but is it going to be enough? I'm not so sure. Ampo leading by 40 supply. Ampo looks like he's ready for ASS season 21, man, whereas Effort looks like a little bit rusty. But Marines just gonna leave, go past everything here. 1 lurker is gonna get sniped. And can he reach the drone line? I guess not. So this drop has been cleared up, just sniping a single hatchery only. Ampo still maintain about a 40 supply lead. And he's gonna be backing up here. And as for Effort, he need to take care of this map, this base soon. Because this base actually, technically it is for him to take, not the enemy. But anyways, more drops coming up, and we're definitely seeing, Ampo abusing the map like crazy. Where's he dropping? He's going to be doing a double drop. The dropship is going to move towards the bottom left here. Marines are moving across the map. There's going to be a great stim, but lurkers are in position. There's going to be a lot of key infrastructure. This dropship is coming across the map. Do we have Muches? Looks like Muches are not reacting to this attack. There's going to be a frontal attack. This is exactly what Terran need to be doing in ASS Season 21 to win against late game Zerg, which is multi-prong attack, triple prong attack here. This drop is devastating. So many drones going to be falling. Looks like there's going to be no reaction from Effort. He needs to be using his money and to react accordingly. This dropship is going to be running away, but this hatchery has been sniped. Lurkers are trying to get back in position here. Great irradiate on something. I'm not so sure exactly what. He's irradiating the lurkers. That's going to be very nice here. Those dropship has been okay. This command center has been forced to live, so that's going to be a small exchange here between the 2 players. This Oh my god, look at the hatcheries about to fall here, but it's gonna get saved at the last rate. So that was a good save there by effort. Let's take a look at the upgrades. +3 weapons and +1 armor for the Marines, and the Firebats +2 cappers and +1 weapons for the Zerg Hydras. The tanks don't have any upgrades yet. Additional upgrades, a melee attack and carapace attack. This base, he's got 2 bunker, but it's got nothing inside. Very funny. But the command center is gonna land now, so the game is gonna stabilize. Yeah, this is a very annoying base to have here, and I'm very surprised that effort cannot take it out. He could easily go there and take it out, but he doesn't. And these tanks will start to shell, and the Night Scanner has been sniped. I think effort is in some trouble. He's got plenty of units, he's got plenty of bases, but he's not able to maneuver correctly and have answers to these triple prong attack here. 3-prong attack from the Terran side. The tank's gonna be backing up and just buying some time against the lurker line. This base has got a Zergling, so that's very nice, cute move there by effort to keep that base not able to mine for a while. And actually Ampo is not reacting. His APM is very low. He's busy chasing those Hydras, which is not a bad idea. This place doesn't have any lurker, it's just a defiler. He's gonna have to cast something. He's waiting patiently to cast. There was a scan, and the science officer has discovered the defiler. We cast 1 Dark Swarm. Okay, that one single Dark Swarm is enough. A single Dark Swarm can hold it, but except the Firebats is here though. But looks like at the last minute the Firebats gonna move back on. What the heck happens here? Am I actually like not watching this game correctly or not? Ampo is not mining from this base, and he's gonna get pushed back on the side of the map here. And the Hydras, of course, are doing some good damage as well. So that's great. Anyways, lurkers are opening up these areas, and tanks are gonna get destroyed now. Very unfortunate. There's gonna be a command center being set up in the middle of the map. These tanks are gone, and looks like the fighter is gonna try to come out to the middle of the map. We're looking at almost the 22nd minute of the game, and I think Terran is doing really well, coming up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bases. Zerg's on 4, but we've seen so many instances where the Zerg player on 4 bases just really win against the Terran player on 6 or even 7 bases. Alright, we're looking at a 22nd minute mark on the game. We're going to be seeing effort at 128, supplied Ampo at 155. The battles are still raging on. Effort still stuck on 4 bases, but he's trying to sneak a base at the 6 o'clock positioned. And as for Ampo, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially a 5th base, but a single Zergling is being very annoying. There's a scan. There was a scan, but that Zergling was not sniped because Ampo's attention was elsewhere. And that Firebat is a hero Firebat sniping a single lurker on the front door. The science vessels are trying the maximum amount of work to snipe those defilers and the lurkers, but looks like at this area it's not able to be penetrated. And we see effort trying to go for counterattack against a 9 o'clock position. We have a single bunker remaining. Marines are trying very hard to attack. This base is still mining, distance mining for the longest time possible. Is Ampo going to be losing this because he doesn't have 1 base available to him? That's going to be the questions. But this base in the center is of course providing some nice mineral intake here. But we're seeing that it's, as you can see, effort is beginning to break out. He started to have presence at the 9 o'clock position, the 6 o'clock position. I think the moment that effort is able to take out this 12 o'clock position, I think it's going to be GG. It might be GG then. We're going to be having tanks trying to shell these areas, but we have those single lurker just taking care of everything. A single lurker and a Zergling being so ever annoying. This base in the middle map has got a few drones remaining, but lurkers might decide to attack. Lurkers are gonna have to move across everything. They're gonna try to deploy themselves going on a high ground. We have a single Marine blocking here, and that means the lurkers could not get across here. That one tank's gonna fall. These lurkers finally gonna go on the high ground, but the tanks will actually chase them. The lurkers will go and attack against the SCV. We need to have a scan. That was a great scan. And now another scan's gonna kill the last of the lurker here. We're gonna be having a lot of attack against the 12 o'clock, which in this base all of a sudden becomes very naked. We had concurrent battles happening everywhere. The 6 o'clock position is also a hotbed for terrorist activities here. Marines sniping every single drone. This single lurker has got 9 kills, and Ampo is not scanning. He's not scanning for this. There's gonna be a drop against the 11 o'clock position that kills so many drones. It was insane battles. Effort now is leading by 20 supply. Now this base will finally get saved, I believe. I mean, there are four areas of action at the same time. This place This place is also doing some crazy attack. This place we have a couple of lurkers there, and once again at the bottom right, that commentator has still not yet landed. And we have a brand new hatchery that just got set up by Effort, and Effort now has 2 additional hatcheries, and he's leading about 20 supply. So with that in mind, I think this game might be nearing the end here because Ampo's running out of SCVs. He's behind by about 30 supply. His SCVs are gonna get transferred to this area. He finally cleared out, and that commencer is gonna land. But what can he do here? Because now Effort has got plenty of hatcheries. Of course, Effort is about to be mined out in several locations. His main is mine out. His expansion is about to be mined out. He's only mining from a couple of locations remaining, and SCVs, of course, is gonna get sent towards the bottom right. But if we can see the Terran player controlling half of the bases, they will win. They will win because the tanks will be able to actually do a lot of splash damage against the Zerg forces. And actually for now, because this map has an odd number of bases, we're seeing Ampo leading actually because he's controlling one more base compared to the Zerg, right? He's got the 12 o'clock position, which is the mirror image of this base, and he's got the center. But we're going to be seeing a counterattack against the bottom right, but our Zerglings alone will not cut it. We need more than Zerglings. A single medic can block all of these Zerglings forever. And it's going to be a drop, and once again another drop is going to be deployed here. This base, I think Ampo need to pay attention to it to actually have it a little bit mining a little bit more efficiently, but holding this middle alone is very much enough. He's securing enough bases here, and even though Effort is leading his supply, he needs to close the gap in economic power very soon. There's going to be a drop against the 6 o'clock position. There's going to be some lurkers deployed. Drones need to run away. What is the response rate here from Effort? He's not responding. He's actually consuming something in the middle of the map. We're going to be having 3 lurkers, but all these drones have fallen. The dropship has got a few Marines remaining, and these forces are staying idle, completely static in the center of the map. Marines are coming out across the map. They initially scan, and they actually get rid of one of the lurkers, which is going to be fine. And that commencer is going to finally land. And Effort will be back in this game here, but Effort is allowing the Terran player to actually have so many bases, and now it looks like Effort says, you know what, I'm going to take out the bottom right. If you can clear the bottom right, that's going to change the game a little bit here, because these tanks will be forced to unsiege. But let's see, we don't have a defiler. We do have 2 defilers. We have 2 defilers. Looks like the Effort is going to try to attack against the 12 o'clock option. This is a mistake. He needs to attack against the bottom right instead of 12 o'clock. We're going to be having 1 defiler getting sniped. The second defiler is also possibly going to get sniped. This base has no strategic value. There's no strategic value here. Just trying to pay attention to the middle base towards the bottom right, and this bottom right finally have some bunker going up. It would take a while though for any Marines to actually be able to man it, because we only have 1 more Marine remaining for the bunker. But what is the plan for Effort? He's got plenty of forces. He's leading by 31 supply, but can he win? Because now in terms of economy, Terran is doing much better. Terran has a grip of the center of the map, which means that Effort cannot easily cut through the center. You need to take out this, you actually need to put a hatchery here. It's very hard to defend in those places. It looks like there's going to be a chance by Effort to attack the center here. But look at those spread out tanks supported by Marines. 1 tank has been sniped, but I don't think that will actually change much. A good drop to slow down the Zerg and try to keep the attention pin inside of Effort's main base. And those Marines is going to get picked up in the dropship and going somewhere else. They will try to go on the high ground and just buy more time, and making sure that Effort cannot send their forces toward the center map. This is exactly what Ampo wants to have. He wants to have a free reign in the center area. Anyways, there's going to be some major attacks here and a few Marines remaining, and that dropship thing has already left the area. It's already returned home. And this 12 o'clock position is going to be mined out soon. Finally, the defiler wave has reached the center area, but we need to have several Darks on me because the tank line is very deep, and good Matrix tank bought a lot of time there for Ampo supply-wise. Effort is still leading by about 5 supply, but he's losing the economic war. If this rate continues, he can never mine from this base. He can never mine from this base. He can try to mine from the bottom right. Maybe that's going to be the plan. I'm not so sure. But anyways, those lurkers are going to get deployed because science vessels have some extra energy. And look at Effort trying to, reclaim the area. It's going to send everything towards the bottom right. It's going to go for a major attack. This will change the outcome of this game. Right now, the tank's going to go back and unseat the Matrix tank's going to be having some nice power. Look at the power of late game Sauron Zerg. Marines are supporting. We have a single defiler casting a great dot. Some SCV. We need to get lifted our commander. We need to leave the area. There it is. All of these tanks will fall. Effort still leading by about 30 supply, but Effort is not going to be able to mine from this base for a while because Terran still control all of those other critical lanes, the critical highways of this map. Metropolis have been controlled, and it's critically at the bottom right, as you can see, Ampo is mining a lot from this location. We still have, I guess, a lot of mineral patches remaining, but you know, if Effort gonna take out the base for a while, it's gonna be some problem with him. And it's gonna be an attack by Effort against the 12 o'clock position, as well as the bottom right. We have a single bunker to support the SCV need to block here. That bunker is trying very hard to get repaired, and at the last minute it is gonna get repaired correctly. Zerg needs to try to get on high ground here. This base is gone, but that's fine. This base doesn't have much mining potential here. We're gonna be having a major attack through the middle of the map. Keep in mind that Effort's gonna be running out of minerals very, very soon. He only has 1 fresh base and 2 fresh bases. That's it. That's it. These Marines have been surviving for such a long time, and finally this base is gonna get re-saved in the center of the map here. The Defiler, of course, trying to buy a lot of time. We need to have another base getting set by Effort soon, because he's gonna be running out of mining location. But Effort's still leading by 40 supply. This is the one mystery of TVZ that I can never fathom. A Zerg player who is, you know, behind pretty much the entire game in terms of bases is leading in supply and in terms of tempo. And there's gonna be some Zergs coming across the map. These tanks will need to unsiege and go somewhere else. The command center will need to cancel whatever it's building and get lifted. We have some Scourges trying to buy some time. That command center will explode. There it is. And SVs cannot repair fast enough. And fine, maybe he's gonna get saved. I'm not so sure. It looks like it's possible to get saved, man. That command center, the health is going up very, very nicely here. This base is gone. But Ampo doesn't care. This base doesn't have much minerals remaining anyways. But GG from Ampo, and Effort wins the game. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.